All right, we back, y'all. We back. We back, man. I've been sick for a couple weeks, off and on, but I'm back, man. Every other day, I'm a stream on YouTube. The days I'm on streaming on YouTube, I'm a stream on Rumble. So you're not following me on Rumble, go follow me on Rumble at PHC203. Same, all y'all already know my socials are the same as my YouTube channel. They're in the description. Yeah, wherever the link is, go to the description, click it. As I can see all the stuff happening with brother Tate, the brothers Tates. A lot of bullshit going on, man.
I said, wait a minute. Time Magazine was just bought by the founder of Salesforce.com for $350 million. You mean to tell me somebody on the right couldn't have bought Time Magazine for $350 million? How much?
Who wants to buy a magazine company, Time Magazine? That's so old school now. Whoever owns the social media platforms owns most of the influence, the information. They hold the key to information.
Influence does it have? So when I hear that part on the conservative side, the right side, Republicans calling the left snowflakes, I see the other side that sometimes conservatives, Republicans, if you're calling them snowflakes, why don't you go also compete and buy some media?
Facts. You gotta. It's supposed to be two sides. It's double-edged sword. Two sides of every sword. You can't just calling people snowflakes without trying to do anything.
Create some media for yourself. There aren't any social media platforms that are pretty much owned by somebody on the right or conservative. So that's why it's the question.
Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk is a conservative.
From you saying, what do you think about media? Is it majority controlled on the other side? And why aren't the Republicans or the people on the right doing something about it? We're at least 50-50, media's 50-50, where I can get up and say, you know what? I agree. I disagree. They're full of it. These guys are full of it, but I have an opinion. Versus 80% tells me to go look one side.
Yeah, they be complaining so much they need to create their own platform. But there is Rumble now. How do you feel about that? Let's get into this next video, yeah. Y'all watch This Is Complicated? It's complicated. Damn, we have two, chat. Let's watch the new one.
McCain Quick Cook Fries. They cook in half the time.
Hulu Ad Manager is the easy way for businesses like yours to advertise on.
What do you think of women in other cultures and how they treat their men?
Ooh, I think foreign women treat their men great. They have traditional values, they cook for them, they clean for them, and they know their roles.
I feel like in other cultures, a lot of women are more submissive.
Base. She's gonna say something stupid. She's gonna say something stupid. I swear, chat. I already know.
Find other cultures. Are we talking like where woman is like the housekeeper and men do the work?
I told you I could sense it. I could sense the dumb shit.
But the women serve the men because those women, they're doing a job, but I don't want to do that job.
Those women are way better off in life than you. You're gonna work till you die.
It's a little bit more stricter on women, so like they can't really like do what they want to as far as going outside and like having fun and stuff in other cultures as much as they can in America.
What is going outside and having fun? What is that? They act like these women are slaves, like they don't go out. They go out as a family and have fun. Men don't go out usually by themselves and have fun. in those cultures. They take their family with them. They have fun with their wife. They just be talking nonsense.
Do you think those women are ignorant slaves or are they happy?
I think they're doing what they need to do to get by. I think they're doing what they think they're supposed to.
Oh no, they're not ignorant slaves. I believe most of them are happy and stuff. My grandma's a traditional woman and she's very happy. So
They treat their men very well. They actually worship their men. Um, I see a lot of standing behind their men, waiting for their men. Even just the other day, I saw this lady get out of her Uber, leaving her husband in the car, and just walked away. I wouldn't see that in a Eastern country or a more egalitarian country.
I think it's because they want to. The only reason why I'm gonna say that is because of the way they're brought up. They're told differently to actually do certain things for that man that just comes second nature.
Because they want to. Like nobody out there like force girls. They're free. Like the girls like choose to do it.
They're from a different country.
Nobody's forcing no one.
Countries that aren't necessarily third world don't have as many doesn't have as much infrastructure or as many opportunities or as many options. So it kind of forces the woman and the people there to kind of follow structures that are a little bit more traditional and a little bit more natural to them.
Do you think those women are ignorant slaves or are they happy?
They're happy. Happiness is when you can have a family and you can grow something from scratch from nothing.
Why do you think so many men are traveling overseas to find wives in other countries?
Men are traveling overseas to find wives. Why? I'm right here. I'm single.
No,
Why? I want to be married.
Yeah, I doubt it. You're probably like 30s. Never had a serious relationship. Trash.
Right, but I'm saying, do you typically see women traveling overseas
If
to find
men are
husbands?
traveling overseas to countries that have less money and less education, it's because they want a woman who is dependent on them for their livelihood, for their resources, to have a good life. And I don't think that that is a good thing.
A lot of the men I know that go overseas to find wives are not great dudes.
Let's stop. Stop. They're not rich. Let's say they're not rich. They're not rich guys. But they still deserve a woman to respect them in their household, to care for them, to treat them like a good person. Like I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, they're pervy.
What are your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance or Passport Bros?
The passport bros make sense. I can see why men are incentivized to look elsewhere for more traditional qualities in women. 90 Day Fiance, though, I think they have a bad record of matching terrible people together.
ooh, I'm all for passport bros. If you want to go somewhere where they're gonna love, respect you, cherish you, cook and clean, and they
This must be the YouTuber right here, name. It's Tay Tay Baby. She's based.
understand their roles, you should go somewhere where you're loved, because women in today's society, especially modern day women, not all women, it's just you guys forgot your roles. You're supposed to cook, you're supposed to clean, you're supposed to love your partner and take care of his heart and soul, just like men take care of us physically, mentally, and they provide for us. They never forgot their role. So men, if you want to be a passport bro, I support it 100%. Have fun.
When it comes to exotic women, what cultures do you prefer and why?
Hispanics, I guess, I like better.
Is your preference
Facts.
based more
Talk your shit, bro. Big booty Latina.
on looks or behavior?
Right now, I think looks like we're young, so yeah. The only thing we think about it like have fun.
I'm Jamaican, so I would naturally prefer my own culture. Why? Because there isn't much of a cultural barrier to or language barrier to go over. But also, there's a stereotype that Asian women are a little bit more traditional, a little bit more feminine. So I'm pretty got my eyes on them as well.
When the woman and the man have a
Got my eyes on them too.
date, the man is buy everything, and in the American, we share the man and woman share when we have a date.
So you're saying in Vietnam he pays, and in America they split,
Um,
like they share, they split the money.
yeah. In the American, you share the money.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Do you like that? Which is better, Vietnam or in America?
I think it's American is better. Yeah,
Better?
better. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because the woman have a work and the man have a work too. We say it's for fair. Yeah.
in over there in Italy is more like for the family and for the husband, like cook, clean, and all this stuff. Here is more like, oh, you're a man, you can do it, or like, why have to do it for you when I work? Yeah, but I work too, you know. So if I work and I'm gonna do it, and you work and I'm gonna do it, like who's gonna?
I'm not changing the oil. I'm not taking the car to the shop. I'm not changing tires. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not listen. Anything I'm supposed to do, I ain't doing it. Then how about that? We equal. You can do it. You change your own oil. You fix your own brakes.
Clean the house, who's gonna cook?
Women are definitely equipped with a lot more traditional skills, i.e., cooking, cleaning. And a con, I would say, is they're just as sometimes very assertive or outgoing as some of the males are. And yeah, feminism is kind of creeping its way in just little by little.
What do you think the reason that men are not like satisfied with the women in this country and they're looking elsewhere outside?
Men
to
aren't
other countries?
satisfied with the women in this country. Where are you getting this off of?
Well, Passport Bros and 90 Day Fiance. I mean, obviously, there's a movement about that.
That is the outlier.
Half of marriages end in divorce. 80% are filed by the woman. 90% if she's college educated. I would say a lot of men are tired of you, if you know what I mean. A lot of them. It's time to clean up.
That is the exception to the rule. I don't think the majority of men are not happy with women in this country.
Does a woman's behavior play any role in how she's treated by men?
Yes, yes, huge role actually. How you carry yourself and how you behave towards yourself and how you treat others is a very good indicator of how people treat you and how you actually expect to be treated. So yeah.
So why are people so quick to blame the man when things go wrong in a relationship?
Because it's still their fault.
Why is that?
Evil. She talking about this other woman. She's evil. She has an evil life. Talking about everything is men's fault when it's their fault. One word, trap. Ran through.
Well, because I'm a woman and I know best.
That's because men are always willing and ready to take the responsibility even when things are going to shit. I myself have taken blame for things that I haven't necessarily been responsible for. So it's just a thing that men are innately going to shoulder the burden and the responsibility, even if it's not ours to bear.
Do you believe it's a man's duty to respect a woman regardless of how she treats him in return?
No. Respect begets respect. You being disrespectful, of course, there's a line that men try to not cross. But that's a situation where you just need to exit the situation and leave right away.
Does a woman's behavior play any role in how she's treated by men?
Yes. Yeah.
So why are people so quick to blame the man when things go wrong in a relationship?
Because the men are supposed to be the breadwinners. That it's easy to blame them.
Because women don't like accountability. Women don't like being wrong, and
In fact, she said a key word. They lack accountability.
nobody holds women accountable. They enable women, so it's easier to blame the man, like always.
It's not always the guy's fault, but people are quick to judge the guy faster than they are the girl. So
Why is that?
I don't know. People just perceive men bad.
They do.
And I don't agree with it, but that's just how guys are perceived. So
There are good men out there. You just gotta
find them, pick through them.
yeah.
Who is more likely to be expected to settle for a partner that doesn't treat them right, men or women?
Wow.
Man.
That one's tricky, but I do want to say men. Men 9 times out of 10 they date and marry down. So they're going to be the ones that are going to be more than likely unsatisfied.
Maybe it's not the majority of men, but it's starting to become a movement.
Well, fuck you. Go away. Go find your women wherever you want. If you're not satisfied, I don't know what to tell you. If you want a woman
You will.
who barely even speaks English and just has to suck your dick, go for it.
Well, I'm just asking on behalf of those men, I suppose. So, if your average man is treated better by women overseas, why do men prefer to stay here and play the game when the odds are so heavily stacked against them?
Well, I think it's because it's what they know. And the thing that the United States has going for it is that the money's all here. So we all have to make a living and support ourselves and our lifestyles. So that's the reason, because you
It's money everywhere. Stop that. Stop the lies. It's about the other countries. It's money everywhere.
end up missing our culture we grew up in when you live in another country.
Look, if you work a 9-to-5 sales job, you are quite literally playing yourself. And this is why. These 3 kids are in their 20s.
But I'll tell you what, it's such a different feeling when you're in another country, how great you get treated as a man.
Essentially, why should men spend so much time
Eminem.
grooming themselves to please the toxic women here?
They take what they can get because they have to. That's how society has played them into, doing that. Good men aren't appreciated.
So I feel as though there's some men who do groom
Right.
themselves for women because men want to provide and protect and all that good stuff. But I do feel like it's part of their thing that they want to do for themselves. I don't think men should do that. That's just my personal opinion. Groom yourself for you, love yourself for you, not for other women, especially in today's generation where women are showing they don't care about men and they don't give a shit about them. Yeah.
Why are you more likely to see female empowerment in first world countries?
Wow, great question there. Well, it's our culture. It's passed down from woman to woman, depending on where you're raised. That's why the family unit is so important, man and woman raised in the family, because it gives you the correct outlook on life.
And lastly, if there was one thing you wish men understood better about women, what would it be?
Understood?
Yeah.
I think the man cannot understood woman.
Why not?
The woman, they always think another one and say another one.
So why do we have the expression, where have all the good men gone, but nobody's asking where have all the good women gone?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like there still is good men out here. I'm not saying I'm not saying there's no good women out here, but I feel like all the feminists and the women that are like bad are shouting from the rooftops, and there's not enough women, that care about.
Hey, yo, I say this all the time. It's always the idiots be the loudest. The good ones don't be in front of the camera. They don't care about that. They don't. They're somewhere in Montana, somewhere in some um Alabama. There's some different city, not in these major cities, not in LA, Vegas, Atlanta, Miami, New York. They're not in these big cities. I mean, these states that have big cities.
Men that have a big voice about it.
Are women the problem, or are the people influencing women the problem?
It's all the influences on women, actually, since when they're little girls. Me raising 2 girls now that are teens as a widower, you see it. I see what they're bombarded with on a daily basis. It's definitely our culture.
Wow,
Culture.
100% the people influencing the women are the problem. Naturally, I think women know what's right and they know kind of where to fall into place. Women know they're weaker physically, sometimes even mentally. They know sometimes they really depend on men, but because of the messaging and the marketing that's so powerful, it's going to be hard to get away from that brainwashing.
It's not really fair because, we're persecuted for every decision we make.
That's why when you find one not brainwashed, you gotta take hold of them, cover them. They be all white already. They be already married at a young age.
But women are allowed to act trashy and disrespect themselves and disrespect men, but no one wants to stand up and say, hey, enough is enough.
Why do so many men think foreign women are the answer if many of those women will use men for citizenship?
Because they can get about 5 levels of a higher of a partner than they could here in the United States, and that's the trade-off.
I think men innately know that there's always a trade-off. There's always something that they're willing to give up and that they're willing to sacrifice to find love.
Yeah, because even if you go to another country, it's still a trade off. When you go and fly out and you meet new people, it's still going to be some type of trade off. You're going to go through language barriers, culture barriers. This is going to be different things. But I would say over here, you trade off way more than what you would over there. A couple words, some language here and there. Like even if you don't speak the same language, we both know our roles. Like.
You going to another country to find love is already an arduous and difficult task. So they know that there's obviously going to be some drawbacks.
a lot of people don't want to change their lifestyle either. Like a man probably content in his lifestyle that he has here, and he don't want to change his whole beliefs and whole custom and learn a whole new country. So
Why are
Yeah.
men always expected to sacrifice while women are always expected to be compensated?
Again, we're the ones willing to do so. We don't have a problem with sacrificing, even though, like, sure, having to work 23 hours a day, we'll do it because it's a sacrifice we're willing to make. It's just something that comes with being a man. Women, I don't think they're willing to do it, and that's what's going to be the major difference.
If it wasn't for sex, do you think men would be willing to make that sacrifice?
No.
So isn't it really all just about the power of the vajayjay?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Power to pum pum.
Chat, how y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that, chat? Hey, yo, have y'all seen about the spy balloon thingy? The spy balloon, like the bullshit. I don't believe in that. Like some propaganda, some more propaganda, fake news out there. Let's get into this next joint though, chat. I seen this whole podcast, the whatever bro podcast with MLD and her. She was triggered. She was wilding.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
For you two, what would you say?
I watched the whole podcast, and these two right here, they went to the bathroom and never came back.
What is the ideal woman's body count in your opinion? Like
Ideal?
the average?
Zero.
The average ideal, and what do you guys think personally for yourself?
Ideal is zero.
That was 0-0.
Oh,
I was going to
okay.
say
Zero.
ideal is zero.
Zero.
Realistic low body count, like a realistic low body count, less than 10. Like realistic, less than
Okay,
10.
interesting.
Thanks.
Are
She said interesting. I wonder. I don't think, on average, I don't think no girl's body count is lower than 10 though. Like nowadays, 18-year-old ain't no way an 18-year-old on average body count's lower than a 10.
You trying to reveal something, Cynthia?
Oh,
What's
no,
going
I
on?
was just
What's going on
curious.
through
I was
that
just curious.
brain of yours?
And
What's
look,
going on?
and look, I've dated some girls with some fucking high body counts. I have. I've overlooked it, but it's just not. It's not your ideal, right? It's not your ideal situation. Like if I told you, tell me your ideal guy, you're gonna be like, he's 6'5", he's jacked, he's handsome, and he lives in a trailer. No, you're gonna want the total package, right? So that's the same thing. It's just when we talk about preference, it's important. Like people will tell you it's not, but like we as guys, like it's built in our DNA. Just like when you look at a guy that's like fat, bald, lives at home with his parents, and has no job, you're like, no, I'm not gonna let this guy have sex with me ever, 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 ever. The same thing when we.
Hey yo, I don't. Yeah, when they say this and they break it down all nice and slow for the woman, you know, this is different. The tape method. This is a different method, but they still don't grasp it. Like I don't get it. It just blows my mind.
Find out that we like a girl. We find out like, oh shit, she has kind of been around the block, and one of my friends may have fucked her. You know, that's a conversation. You get to sit there and be like, oh, it's the worst when you really like the girl too, and then you find out because they've been lying. So
There is certainly a reputational component to a high body count too. Like if someone's just slept with your entire friend group, it's just, I don't know, it's not great.
We have the girls that we pass around, and we're not necessarily saying, you know, the best.
When it comes to high body count, they have traits there. They're very messed up individuals, I guess. They're very, how do you say it, trauma, insecurities, problem combative, stuff like that. They're not willing to change things, stuck in their ways. Don't nobody want that.
Best things about those kind of girls.
Oh well, I mean, I don't. If I know one of my buddies
So-
hooked up with a girl, it's just I'm
so
not.
use the girl for your convenience, but then when she's out, you're not fucking her anymore. It's, oh, she's a slut, she's this, she's that.
Right after I sex traffic her. Yes, correct.
Did I say
Whoa. But that's basically what you was insinuating. That's what you just said. Use her and then throw her to the side. That's exactly what you said.
Well, I almost wonder if this is an issue of semantics for some of you, because at the start of the conversation, a lot of you said you think hookup culture is bad. Well, what coincides with hookup culture? having a lot of sexual partners.
Broken families, people who don't know how to manage relationships,
Why do you look at me?
just in general.
Why do you think I come from a broken family?
Oh my god.
I didn't say that.
You've been hinting that the whole
Well, I think you guys have
time.
been flirting with each other the whole show.
Oh,
So
no.
I've been looking
He-
at all of
he's-
these girls. Like,
Hey, yo, hey, she has some built up animosity. Like, she just probably argued with somebody before she got there. That's
I'm
why.
making eye contact with you.
No, but you've been
you.
picking on me the whole time.
Just get,
Take a deep breath. The crazy.
now a word from our sponsors.
Chat, how y'all feel about that, man? Let's go to this next one, chat.
Simple. Interesting. I think a big reason why girls purposely act annoying and are narcissistic in general is because they know most men aren't going to leave anyway.
Facts.
What? You just gotta listen. You gotta explore your options, partner. You gotta out here spread your wings, spread your tentacles. You gotta, feel me? On my 007 octopusy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of girls get away with murder and do stupid shit because they know their man doesn't have the value to replace them. So yeah. Anyway, let me ask this question real fast.
You got a bombshell, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I kind of said it before, but ladies, men don't care about your careers or your income. And we actually have brought plenty of women on the show, actually. We actually had a Russian girl come on, attractive woman, 33 years old. And she was saying if she could do it all over again and go back in time, right? She was saying that she wished she had searched and taken a man seriously more and
To get a
tried to get
family.
married and have a family versus chasing her career, etc. And she lived the New York lifestyle in the city,
had a business,
career, all that stuff.
That's a lot to keep up with. You out here trying to be a man, and a lot of the men be tired of the stuff. They don't even want to keep up with it. Just to have someone that's more fragile and less headstrong. Just imagine, like, it's a lot to keep up with.
And now 33 years old, she's like, damn, I wish I like went ahead and pursued a family and children when I was younger.
See, the problem is you work on a career, right? You work on yourself. That's great. That's awesome. You're independent. Good job. Problem is when you get older, you're by yourself. You're like, damn, who do I share this with?
Hey, I never thought why they be saying like I need to find myself, find out what makes me happy. Why won't you just you act like you can't do that with someone that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with, and you do this for the betterment of you when you could do that with someone that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with and build a better game plan together because two heads are better than one.
I have no kids, no real family. It's just me. That right there is depressing because now it's just you and money.
And not only that, you've directly ostracized yourself from the very man that you want.
Yeah.
You make $300,000 a year. You're a boss bitch. You got money. You got a business, all this other stuff. Well, guess what? Now you want a man that makes $300,000 per year. Well, we know that this guy is less than 1% of the population. So that guy is okay with dating an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old that works at Burger King.
Facts.
Meanwhile, you own the
Facts.
Burger King branch. So he'll go ahead, right? He'll go ahead and he'll date one of the receptionists over you. Why? Because the things that men are attracted to have nothing to do with income or stability.
Yeah.
You guys look for security. We don't. But girls falsely believe I'm going to chase a career, chase a bag, make money. It's going to make me more attractive. It actually hurts you.
This whole shit men really don't care about. Yeah, it's okay, but we don't care about that. How you make your money. Well, somewhat. We care how. Respectable ways.
When men make money, doors open. When women make money, doors close. Because your ability to find the guy that you want goes down as you go up the social hierarchy. But our ability to find a woman goes up as we go up the social hierarchy. We're not the same. You want your equivalent or better? We'll gladly date our equivalent or below.
Right. Okay.
So knowing this, wouldn't it make sense to find a guy with that you're when you're at your prime and prioritize that over career because you can always chase a career after the fact?
Yes.
Yes.
Man, you gotta
It
be
makes
wanting a man
sense.
for real. Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, man. But see, here's the thing: mainstream media will never tell you this. They'll lie to you and say, "No, you guys can have it all. Freeze your eggs, make your money now, and your Prince Charming will be out there." I'll tell you guys right now: multimillionaire. All our friends are multimillionaires. Yo, none of them want old chicks.
Yeah.
Period.
Hey yo, I always wonder why he not talking about Chris. Chris is the producer. He should be making a bag. He should be investing his money. I never got fathom that. Chris don't talk about better than himself. I wonder, Chris, what are you up to? What do you do with all your money, bro? Spending it recklessly? Come on, we need you to level up too, brother. How you feel about that?
Come to TurboTax and
Crew too, okay?
don't do your taxes.
The
Meet with an
Risley.
expert who will do.
Always remember that.
You do have some pretty good riz.
Watch it.
Oh, okay.
Save it.
Yo, chat, I'm gonna call this early, man. Listen, man. It's an early stream, I know. Yeah. But I'm about to have some company. I already know a little bit of hedonism. A little hedonism ain't never hurt nobody. Like, you feel me? Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Feel me? I'll be back tomorrow. Or no, the day after tomorrow. Catch me on Rumble tomorrow. PEC 203 on Rumble. I'm about to start putting my Rumble I'm about to put it in my Instagram bio, but PEC 203 Rumble.com. I mean, I'll be there talking about more extensive stuff. We don't focus on the ladies there. We focus on the real, the money, the lit stuff. Unleash, I don't hold my tongue back because it's free to do whatever I want. Because I ain't fucking leaving, I see y'all tomorrow, man.